Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're going to be testing out this brand new bike, at least it is for me, because for some reason this one slipped under the radar and didn't get a chance to shine right here on DrAce's YouTube channel, and that is the Mondial Piega. I do believe I'm pronouncing that right, but no doubt I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, so if I am, let me know in the comment section down below. But of course, as you can see, we are here in this magnificent German track of the Nürburgring GP. Now, the last time I was actually here in this track, and it was raining, was in Rim's Racing video just a few days ago. So if you haven't quite checked out Rim's Racing just yet, I would highly recommend you check that video out after this one. But we'll go into the right-hand side now for the Ford curve. I tell you what, it does feel good to be back on Ride 4. I'm always a little bit hesitant to jump back on it because I feel like I'm going to struggle on MotoGP 21 when I return back to it, but I've got to say I didn't really feel that way this time. I've sort of balanced between playing around 10 hours of Rim's Racing, a little bit of Ride 4 here and there for the weekly challenges and for other miscellaneous videos, and then of course for MotoGP 21 where I do quite a lot of hours and spend a lot of time on, and that is of course making career content, because the career mode is going absolutely stupendously well right now. I love the career mode in Moto 2, and even Moto 3 was very, very exciting. But here in the Nürburgring, I love this track, and I love this bike so far. It handles extremely well. Major props to the Mondial Piega. I quite like it. If I knew about this bike earlier on and I knew how good it was going to be, then I probably would have done a video a lot earlier. And I kind of feel silly for not touching this bike, because I have done this bike a massive disservice for not tempting it. It is so good. It handles so well. It's like glue. It even handles these wet weather tracks with absolute ease. Major thumbs up and double thumbs up from DrAce himself for the Mondial Piega, as we absolutely nail the Nürburgring GP. So fancying another time trial, let's jump over to Mani Course now and do another time attack. Now the target time is 1:43.9, which I have absolutely no issue with. I'm pretty certain we'll absolutely nail it. Hopefully we can get it in within the 140s, or potentially a sub 140, maybe a 139. We're going out to Estoril now, going onto the rumble strip just ever so slightly. We'll be then charging it across for Adelaide in a moment's time for turn 5. Now, I've always recommended brake roughly around 200 metre mark here, and you can't go wrong. We're going to go roughly around 185 to 190 metres, and therefore I had to chuck in a lot of front brake and a little bit of rear brake. Now, comparing Ride 4 to MotoGP 21, the rear brake is extremely strong compared to MotoGP 21's rear brake. So be careful if you do end up utilising the rear brake. I tend to chuck it in quite a lot on the hard braking zones, but for tighter corners, not so much. I find that the rear brake does kick out the motorcycle just a little bit too much. However, in MotoGP 21, the rear brake is quite paramount for some quick lap times, so I guess you've got to try both of them. But here in the Mani Course track on board this beautiful bike, not really an issue either way, as we kind of cut the corner there. A little bit of a slap on the wrist, if you will, and we didn't actually get a penalty, so Chateau d'Eu nailed as well for turn 14. We'll now be preparing an attack to get underneath the bridge here, and we go, oh goodness me, we got that little bit of a glitch where you get that occasional wheelie. I don't know why that still happens in this game. I mean, this game is pretty much on a year old almost, and we still have a few minor issues, as well as the stutter that we get every now and again. But that is another lap time nailed here in Mani Course. So moving on now to one of my most favourite and adored tracks of all time, Donington Park. We are going to move over to one side and allow the other Mondial Piegas to get through, and you know what, I think we might be able to tackle a 10-second advantage given to the AI here. So as they now go to turn 1, 10 seconds is on the clock. Well, it's actually a bit more. We were kind of late to get off the starting line there, so roughly 10 seconds, 10.5 seconds we have given to Gold Jeans. Ryan McKenzie's 9 seconds ahead of us, and I'm pretty certain we'll chase them down very, very quickly. But looking at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there, you will see the graphic, and yes, we are quite far back as we get a little bit out of shape on the rumble strip there, dropping it down into turn 4 for the old hairpin. Oh, a little bit out of shape there as we touch the rumble strip. Goodness me, that almost came crashing to a halt there, but thankfully we're still going, and I tell you what, I'm feeling very, very confident. I've been a little bit hesitant with Ride 4 because I did feel that my skills might have sort of diminished a little bit since playing so much MotoGP 21, and then of course Rims Racing to add to the whole mix. However, I still feel very, very confident when it comes to Donington Park. I don't think I'll ever not feel confident in Donington Park. It is probably my most favourite track for video game purposes. I do so well in this track and I love it so very much. I think we have a love-love relationship. I love the track and I think the track loves back. If the track could subscribe, that would be even better. And if you're not subscribed, now is a great time to do so as we exit the Melbourne hairpin. One lap is almost complete and we have a great look at the riders ahead of us. We are getting closer and closer. Only 4 seconds we trail behind Ryan McKenzie as things stand right now. Jakob Renato, he's in 10th place, and Gold Jeans is still leading this one by about 7.7 seconds. Now we're going into turn 1 for Redgate, a nice tight apex, and then line her up on the outside, get onto the rumble strip, sort of branches you around into the next corner for turn 2, and keep it going to the right hand side, then flick it to the left for turn 3 for the Craner Curves. Beautiful tight apex there on the downhill section, as we now go into the old hairpin, avoiding the rumble strip on the right hand side there, because touching the rumble strip last time out gave me a bit of a scare, and I don't want another scare, because it could potentially lead to something very, very dangerous. Now onto the right hand side for McLean's, a nice tight apex going closer and closer to the rumble strip on the left hand side there. I'm a little bit hesitant to touch the rumble strips, I know I have been doing already, but because I've played so much MotoGP 21 and the rumble strips are just so damn aggressive, it is a kind of a pleasure to come back to Ride 4 and not have the same aggressive rumble strips. They're quite loving, the ones on Ride 4, as we now brake very, very hard for turn 9. A little bit of stutter there has just completely thrown me off, and oh my goodness, I'm a little bit annoyed. I mentioned this earlier, I'm pretty certain I just mentioned this in the Manicours track, that the stutter is still in the game as well as the random wheelie bug. I guess I need to wait for more updates with quotation mark, minor fixes, end of quotation mark, but MotoGP 21 doesn't even have the random stutter bug. And in the past, the stutter usually is because someone crashed, but there are still 11 riders ahead of me, so I don't believe anyone's crashed. Now it's actually only 10 riders ahead of me because Ryan McKenzie has been claimed as a victim. Valerie Tremblay, you are about to be pinched as well, my lady friend, as we'll dive up on the inside potentially. We're going to line her up. Well, we've already done it. Nicely done there. Jakob Renato, do you want to jump back in a little bit of a position there, pal? Thank you very much. We get a little bit out of shape there on the Crater Curves as we now go on to the right-hand side for the old hairpin. Thankfully, we've just calmed it down a little bit. We did get a bit out of shape there in the Craner Curves. Now onto the left-hand side for turn 5. Count the overtakes. It's coming in thick and fast. Oh, a little bit of contact there between Tommy Edwards and the Brazilian rider ahead of him. Little bit of contact, almost resulting in absolute carnage. Thankfully, no one ended up crashing. And Johnny Glamour! Oh, Johnny Glamour! Oh, the glamour's on. There he is. Oh, Johnny Glamour's already been dethroned. Down to 6th place you go, my friend, as we now take Thiago Aguilar's spot for 5th place. Tell you what, it warms my heart to see Johnny Glamour back in a DrAce video. It really does. Regardless whether my voice has just gone all croaky now and weird, I'm so happy to say we have seen Johnny Glamour in today's Grand Prix. I am absolutely chuffed to bits with Johnny Glamour. Enough glamming around, we now have to crack on and chase down Gold Jeans and the rest of the podium battle. We do have Scarlett Cole ahead of us. There is another rider as well, I can't see. Is it Sophie Lloyd? I can't quite see until we cross the line. It is Sophie Lloyd. So Gold Jeans, Sophie Lloyd, Scarlett Cole, DrAce, Thiago Aguilar and Johnny Glamour is your top 6. Johnny Glamour, what a Chad. What an absolute legend in the Ride 4 community. Now onto the left-hand side for the Craner Curves. I've somehow messed up that corner once again and got away with it. No penalty and no crash. I cannot believe we got away with that again. That's fantastic. That is really good. But this is my first experience of actually throwing this Mondial Piega around this track. And I gotta say, it handles very, very well. I think I've done nothing but just gush over this motorcycle in this particular video, and I think for good reason. Is anyone going to disagree with me that this bike is not good? I think it's absolutely superb. I am a massive, massive fan. I'm going to be having a look on YouTube later to watch the real life version and to see how it performs in the real world, but we're getting closer and closer now to Scarlett Cole and Sophie Lloyd. We seem to get so much time into turn 9, and we're going to be doing the same here, going into the hairpin for the Melbourne turn 11 as we got very, very close there to Scarlett Cole. Not close enough to actually, never mind, I was going to say not close enough to make a lunge, but we're already through. As we now go round the outside of Sophie Lloyd. This will be a bloody good move and we can make it stick. Oh, wow. Sophie says, get back, you're not ready to pass me. But I tell you what, guys, penultimate lap complete. We only have 1 lap now. It's a 1-lap sprint for the victory. 1.1 seconds clear is Gaul de Jeans. The Frenchman is getting away at the front somewhat. 1.2 seconds, 1.1. It's teetering about 1 second. I'm pretty certain we can get him regardless. We're going on the left-hand side now for the crane of curves. Old hairpin as well to be tackled. Beautifully done there, chucking out that right leg. That familiar right boot of DrAce. You've seen it over about 150 Ride 4 videos now. And we're getting closer and closer and closer as we go into McLean's. 0.7 of a second. And you know what? I'm already calling it. It's either turn 9 or Melbourne. I don't think we'll need Goddard's to beat Gaul de Jeans. I'm pretty certain we'll get the job done well before then. Full acceleration now. We could go to the right here and potentially go wide and around the outside, but Gaul de Jeans has played a very defensive line, going into turn 9, right onto the rear of Gaul de Jeans. Where is de Jeans going to defend? Oh, a little bit of contact there between DrAce and de Jean. As always, going to go for the lunge. Melbourne hairpin time. So many riders have passed anyone into Melbourne hairpin. Rossi's done it, Schwantz has done it, Kenny Roberts has done it. So many riders, but now DrAce leads this one, going into Goddard's with a second lead already. Goodness me, that was only from 1 corner. Beautifully done, and another victory to DrAce and the Aces. So guys, what a motorcycle. I highly implore you to check this bike out. It is fantastic. But upon that note, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, comment and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be alerted to every single DrAce upload. And upon that note, guys, thanks for watching and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.